KFC TV. Today we're very honoured to have all the way from Kenya, Mr. Bobby Williamson. Bobby was both player, coach and manager for Kilmarnock, ultimately winning the Scottish Cup in 1997. Bobby played for the club 140 times, scoring 44 goals.
That's debatable. A lot of people probably said I wasn't playing as well as that.
Well, the stats don't lie.
The stats do lie.
First, Bobby, how are you? That's the most important thing.
I'm better. I'm getting a lot better. Thanks. I've been humbled by the amount of people who have been asking me the question and they wish me all the best and stuff like that. But I'm certainly heading the right track. I'm starting to put on weight again and starting drinking again, so everything's looking okay.
You're certainly looking well. Tell us your younger days in football. How did it all start for you playing football?
I played since I can remember. When I was just 5, I was always playing football, always had a ball, always out kicking ball off the wall and annoying the neighbours and stuff like that. And then I started playing for the school team, the BBs, then it was the street team, Auckland Gill Star, which was a good team. We used to win a lot of trophies and stuff. And then I went to Clydebank and they sold me to Rangers. The Rangers released me to West Brom in a swap deal for Jimmy Nicholl. And then I left West Brom to go to Rotherham, and then Killie came in and paid 100 grand for me, which I found astounding at the time. I did score a few goals for Rotherham.
Right. You broke your leg in Australia. That must have been a big blow while you were at that club.
It was. Just went full time with Rangers and only been there for about 3 or 4 months. And when we went to Australia and the mishap came along, and I was out for just about a year really. And it took me a long time to get rid of the limp, and I had to get a brace taken out my leg, but still bad. So it took me a while to get over that, and a lot of people said I'd never go over it, but I think I done okay.
You did it Kilmarnock anyway, that was the most important.
I scored a couple of goals.
Right, we'll come to them later. Your debut against Meadowbank, we're just talking off camera there.
I can't remember.
You don't remember it?
By the way, I guessed it.
You got it right, yes.
I got it right, but I couldn't have told you the score. You said we're 2-0 up at half time, it goes 3-2.
Correct.
That must have been substituted at half time.
So you don't remember your debut at all?
Not a lot. Not a lot. I don't remember last week.
So Jim Fleeting signed you.
Aye.
Do you remember how that came about?
I do. I get called with my manager at Rotherham saying that Kilmarnock were interested. Would I like to go and speak to them? And he kind of more or less said that they'd accepted the fee that Kilmarnock had put an offer, and I thought, well, if they've accepted it, obviously they don't want to keep me. And I've always been one that, if I'm not welcome anywhere, I'll move on and I'll go somewhere where people want me to play. And I went up, spoke to Jim, and I was quite happy to hear what he had to say, and I decided to come to Rugby Park, and it was a great decision. Jim Fleeting didn't get the credit he deserved. I don't think, because he started the ball rolling, I believe, for Kilmarnock's resurgence, and he done a good job. He brought Tommy Burns in as well, another past manager. So he knew what he was trying to do, but unfortunately ran out of games, and we were unlucky at times and never got the promotion that we probably should have got under Jim. And then Tommy came in, the rest is history really.
When Jim ultimately got the sack,
Yeah.
Did things change under Tommy massively?
I don't know if it was massively. As I said, Jim was a good coach and a good man manager, and I enjoyed working under him. As I said, I don't think he got the credit he deserved. With Tommy coming in and being more hands-on because he was still playing as well, I think that helped. And Tommy was always good mates with the players. Obviously had to change when he became a manager, but yeah, he definitely changed things about slightly. Starkey came in as well as his assistant, and he still wanted to play as well. So it was very much hands-on in the dressing room really, and you could relate to them because they were playing the game the same as we were.
The ultimately won promotion in 92-93. Anything stand out that year?
Just the last game. I don't think I was involved. I don't know if I was injured or just dropped. Probably just dropped. But I remember it was a very nervous occasion, and it was a huge release for everybody to finally cross the line and get back into the big time. And it was great. It was great for the club because I think it boosted the whole area. Everybody. If you look at the game at Ibrox, we had the whole bottom of that stand full with Kilmarnock fans, and it was a good time to be involved with Kilmarnock.
The first year in the Premier League was always going to be a very, very hard year because there was 3 teams getting relegated. I don't know whether you're aware of that. Do you remember the relief at Easter Road when we...
I do. It was a huge relief to stay up. I remember games leading up to the end of the season when we were churning out results, and I remember Tannadice scored a couple of goals up there. We managed to beat Dundee United, and that was a huge result for us as well. But there were not big games along the way. We never had the biggest of squads, but as I said, Tommy kept us well motivated, and he had that desire and belief about, not just about him, but about the players as well, and they rubbed off on people, and we really enjoyed working with the guy, and sorry to say he's passed away now, but he was fantastic for Kilmarnock.
The most memorable goal that season, maybe that 2-inch screamer?
The 30-incher.
At Ibrox.
Aye, it was good just to go in the park at that stage of the game. Usually I was subbed long before then, but Tommy left me on for whatever reason I do not know, and I managed to get the rebound. I think it was Tam had it. It was a Porteous had it. I think it was Ian Porteous had the shot, and Ali Maxwell fumbled it, and I was delighted to be there. But even I couldn't miss for that distance.
TB left at the end of the season, obviously, and a bit acrimoniously. Alec came in.
I don't know if it was acrimonious. Well, I think most people expected he would go to Celtic then. I don't think Bobby wanted him to leave, that's for sure. We obviously see Tommy as a big future for Kilmarnock, but his heart was always at Celtic. You could never have dissuaded him or stopped him for that opportunity, and he left, and then Alec came in. And it's always difficult when a new manager comes in. And I remember when Tommy left, Starkey would phone around the players and wish us all the best and stuff, and said, "Why don't you apply for a job?" I said, "I don't think I'm ready. I've just finished my A licence, my advanced A licence." I said, "But I'm not going to the experience you need for a big club like Kilmarnock." And then I think it was about half an hour later, Bobby phoned me, and he said, "Look, we want you to take over just now, but I can tell you right now, you're not going to get the job, so don't even think about applying for it, but we'd like you to help out. We know you've got the qualifications. My brother Jim told me that you've done all your stuff at Largs." He said, "Take over till we get a manager." I said, "Yeah, of course I will. I could never turn my back on the club." So that's what happened, and when Alec came, we were over in Ireland pre-season, and Alec came and joined us, and I felt a bit about players and stuff, quite a lot. Most of them he knew anyway. Alec, he was very knowledgeable about football, so he knew most of the players, but I helped him the best I could, and he asked me to take a youth team and the reserves and stuff like that, which was great for me, as I was wanting to start out in coaching anyway. So I was up Castle most Wednesdays coaching kids up there, and then I was taking the reserves as well for that season, and I enjoyed the experience of working under Alec. I didn't have a lot of players to work with, to be honest. I had maybe 12, 13 players on a daily basis, and sometimes we only had one goalkeeper, so you were limited to what you could do in your training sessions, so you had to create things and make it enjoyable for the players that you were left with, even though some of them didn't want to be with me, they'd rather be with the first team. And especially the disgruntled ones that Alec was trying to push out, like Andy Mullin. Andy would run about kicking on the kids and things like that. And I used to try and calm him down, and he goes, "I'm just frustrated." And I said, "I understand, Andy, but come on, let's help the guys, and let's try to see if we can improve them." And being the good pro he was, he had to buckle down, and he got me until we left the club.
Right. Before we go into your managerial bit at Kilmarnock, in the 5 years playing at Kilmarnock, what was your most memorable game?
To be honest, I don't really know. You're just sprung it on me. I enjoyed all the games, especially ones we won, obviously, but beating Rangers and Celtic was always a big occasion for the Killie fans. And now United, of course, we beat them in a derby match or a Ayrshire Cup. It was great. It was like the World Cup when you played the Ayrshire Cup, and it was very nice when you lost it, that's for sure. But we won it most times, I think. But there were a lot of big games. I said beating the Old Firm was great.
Right. Who was the best player you played with at Kilmarnock?
Well, Tommy was up there, but there was lots of good players. Big Starkey was a fantastic player. And think about Craigie Patterson. Then you've got the legend Monty. Did his job, done it very, very well. Led the team well. Just by his desire and an example, really. He was only teetotaler in the team. Apart from Tommy. Tommy had a triple now and again, but not many. Right. But no, there was lots of good players. Really enjoyed playing with Kilmarnock.
Right. In your career, who was the hardest player you said, oh, I'm not playing against him again this Saturday?
I never really feared anybody. I liked the combat. I liked to retaliate first as well. Andy Mullen was always a tough competitor, because you knew if you never kicked him, he's going to kick you. And there was quite a few players like that, but I don't really think there was somebody that I was worried about. I always went into games with no fear, and there was a few vendettas, especially in Scotland, because it was such colloquial and it was such a small league that there was always vendettas creeping up, and there was people you really liked to kick. I remember Neil Cooper, God rest his soul, he just passed away recently. I used to love kicking that guy, and I got sent off against him a couple of times, but I found out later when we went into coaching together that he was a fantastic guy, and you put all that behind you when you go into coaching, and he was another competitor, but as I said, I used to love kicking Tatty, but as I said, I'm sorry he's passed away, because he's a great guy.
Right.
Great guy.
Finally in your playing career, the semi-final against Rangers, does that still stick in your throat when that ball, according to Monty, never ever crossed the line?
I can't remember the goal, to be honest, but
Mark Haley didn't score.
I remember the game, and I get really frustrated because Les Mottram was the referee that day, and the ball went out for a throw-in for Rangers, and I think Ian Ferguson was doing injured, and Goffey wanted him to get treatment, but Mottram says, no, get up, play on, and Goffey wouldn't play on, and eventually Goffey turned around and threw the ball into the crowd, and Mottram blew his whistle and brought the physio, and I'm saying, what you did? You just said 1 minute he wasn't getting treatment, and now you're blowing the whistle for the physio to come on. And he goes, shut up, Robuki. So he shut up, and then he gives the throw in to us, and I'm thinking, how's the throw in to us? He's not threw the ball in the park. He didn't even know the rules, this guy. And it really frustrated me and annoyed me, knowing that he bowed down to Goffey in the cup semi-final, and that really frustrated me, and I was so disappointed not to get to that final, because I think we were every bit as good as Rangers over the two games.
Maybe give you extra motivation further down the line to get back there?
That motivation was always there. You always want to be successful, you always want to win football matches, and as I said, you always want to beat the Old Firm, because they were always the favourites, and very difficult to beat them, because the referees were under so much pressure as well. The journalists would put pressure on the referees and put pressure on the Rangers and Celtic players as well. And as I said, it was always great to win games and try and win trophies, and I was very fortunate.
Your managerial career started as most do, when somebody gets a sack.
Yeah.
Did you feel you were ready then to step into that?
To be honest, I think I felt I was, and I thought I'd have to move away from Kilmarnock to get a coaching post at a higher level. I was coaching reserves back then, although Kenny Thompson was assistant. Alec did lead on me a lot, and I've done a lot of work with the first team in training in certain situations, and as I said, I thought I was ready, but you never know until you're thrown in, and unfortunately I had a baptism of fire. We lost the first game against Dundee United, and it was a really ugly day. It was overcast, and everybody was down because Totti had left, and the fans were unsure how things were going to shape up, and that game never eased their conscience by any stretch of imagination, and we lost that game. And I remember going in the Monday to try and lift the players to go for the next game, and I said, look, it's whether I'm the coach here or not, doesn't matter. You guys want to stay in the Premier League, you need to play a lot better than what you've been doing, and you need to start getting results, or we're all going to be in the lower division, and then your occupation, your job, security goes out the window. Everybody at clubs goes out the window, and the guys seem to get a lift for that, and they got the finger out. We introduced a couple of young players into the team, and that gave the players a lift as well. Some players were looking a bit jaded and need to be left out anyway, but I think Alec was a wee bit too loyal to some of the players he'd brought in, and stuck by them a wee bit too long. I'd actually said to him, give a couple of kids a chance, but Alec was just a loyal guy, and he kept playing with these guys, and unfortunately he was asked to leave, and now get the role as the caretaker capacity, and then the rest is history, as they say.
When you took over the job, I take it the chairman made it clear that league priority was staying in the Premier League was priority.
I can't even recall them putting me under any pressure at all, but I do remember they were still actively looking for a manager, and I said, look, I'll help you out as long as I can, for the best I can, and we'll just take it from there. If a new manager comes in, I might not be part of his plans anyway. So it was one of the ones you just didn't know how it was going to go. I heard Alan McDonald was interviewed and looked like he was getting the job, but as I said, the players responded and done really well. We started winning football matches, and the fans go behind the team, go behind me as well. It made me feel very welcome, and I thought to myself, I think I could do this, and thankfully I got the opportunity.
You said you introduced a couple of young players,
Aye.
Buck and Bagan.
Aye,
was it a lot easier to be introducing because you've been working with them?
I think so. I knew what they're capable of doing. Alec knew as well, because he's seen a lot of reserve games, and but as I said, I think he stayed a bit loyal to a couple of players who probably would have done them good to be left out of the team, because I did leave them out of the team and I brought these boys through, and they done really well for us, and I'm surprised they never went on to a long and prosperous career, because they showed huge potential. They were getting Scotland under 21 caps, young player of ones, player of years and stuff like that, and it's just a shame that their careers never developed the way everybody thought they would.
You've been reading my questions beforehand, because that was one of my next questions. Was it disappointed that they didn't go on and do better than what they did?
I'm sure they are as well, and I'm sure they know why they never went as far as they did. It's not for me to speculate and give you reasons why they never. That's really down to them to tell you that. But I brought Pat Nevin in thinking that I could rest one of these boys every other week, and they could learn from Pat. And I'm sure they did learn from Pat, but unfortunately I get set them back a bit, and because Pat played really well. Initially he was very good. He came up for England, and it was a totally different ball game for the one he left, and it took Pat a wee bit of time to find his feet, but once he did, he became very popular with the fans, and they proved he was still a top player. But I think it was to the detriment of both of them, really. But I had to try and get the best players on the park for Kilmarnock.
One game that stands out for me was a game against Celtic on a Wednesday night, I think it was.
Buckets have invented them. Yeah.
And Rico Anoni in particular got absolutely roasted that year.
He did. I feel sorry for that guy. I don't know if he played many games after that, but we always seem to do well against Celtic at Rugby Park, and yeah, we did. We always done well against them at Rugby Park, but never done much against Rangers, and vice versa at Parkhead. We couldn't win a game there, but we could always get a result at Ibrox. I don't know there's no rhyme or reason to it. But that night, Burkie was tremendous. He absolutely tortured that guy. I think that boy was playing out of position, to be fair. I think Tommy tried to play with three at the back, and he was the right-sided centre half, and Burkie roasted him. The boy kept getting pulled out of a wide area, which he wasn't comfortable, and Burkie tortured him. We had a fantastic game.
Right. The cup run obviously was the highlight of that season. Obviously it was
that the same season?
That's the same season, 97.
It must have been there.
As your debut.
Yeah.
Was that just a bonus getting as far as you did? Because obviously
I think so. I don't think you start out in these campaigns, you just take it a tie at a time, and you like to see who you've got the next round, and we started off quite sluggish with a couple of struggling results. I think it was East Stirling at Rugby Park. It was a difficult game, then we got a dodgy penalty against Clyde. With Bunyan stuck away, but the quarter-finals, semi-finals, the final, we did really well, especially at Morton, Capello. That was going to be a tricky affair, but John Henry was tremendous that day as well, scored a hat-trick. Bunyan was fantastic. I think he made most of these goals, and probably scored one as well. I don't know, I can't remember. But I think that was a turning point. I think the players got a lot of belief in that, going to Capello and beating them well. I think Mahood scored 2 goals for them.
That's a bit ironic.
And he was always a player that impressed me, and I was always a player I would always try and sign, and thankfully we got him at one stage. But I think that game was a turning point, and we went out to semi-finals with Dundee United, kind of equal. I didn't think they were favourites, I didn't think we were favourites, and they were tough games, and thankfully Jim McIntyre's goal separated us.
You have read these questions, that's another one answered before the last. Cutting this short, Bobby.
I have not read your questions, by the way.
I know that. The last league game before the cup final, obviously we needed a point to stay up. That must have been a relief to get that point.
Oh, it was great. It was great. It really capped it, because we'd been over in the final, but we wanted to keep our Premier League status, and to get that point mean we could enjoy the build up to the cup final, because if we'd have lost that and been relegated, I think the whole place would have went flat as a pancake, and it'd have been hard even to motivate the players for the final. But as it happened, we got the point we needed, and it was great to stay in the Premier League and then kick on into the cup final.
Obviously, as a player, you can influence things in cup finals, but you as a manager, you're standing in the sides. Do you feel extra?
You always feel you're participating, even you're standing on the side and you're shouting rubbish at people that can't even hear you. You still kick every ball and you head and everything, and you still feel part of it, and you feel you're adding stuff, but maybe you're not. Maybe it's just down to the players getting the breaks or the referee's decision. Maybe managers are not being influential as much as I don't think they can do any more than what they can do anyway from the touchline.
So the final whistle goes at the cup final. What was your ultimate feeling?
It was great to win, but I was disappointed with they two clowns pulling all that orange juice out of me. And I seen Macca last year, and he regrets it. He said, I get embarrassed when I see that. I don't think Bunyan regrets it at all. I think he actually, he was the one that motivated Macca to join in, and I'm not sure who the ringleader was, but I knew, and it was stupid taking both of them off it anyway. I still left them on. I might not have got 1,000, but I was disappointed because I wanted to go and commiserate with Alec, and yeah, I'm covered in orange juice, I can't even shake his hand, I'm dripping. But anyway, history.
European football beckoned the following year. That must have been...
Oh, it was great. It was all new for everybody. I don't think many of our players had played European football before. Maybe Bunyan with Aberdeen, I'm not sure. But I don't think it was all new. It was new for everybody. So it was good. It was a great experience. We managed to get through the preliminaries, but we never actually managed to qualify to get past the first round proper, which was disappointing. But I think it was just beyond us. We came up against some good football teams in the first round. The other games, the preliminaries, we were expected to win, I think. The game that really disappointed me most was Vikings to Bangor, because we had a chance of beating them, but the press had bumped us up as favourites and built the fans' hopes up, and I knew they weren't a bad team. They had played Chelsea the year before and did really well against Chelsea. We were a big team then. And I'm thinking, I wish they wouldn't talk to us, because our fans, the expectations were so high, and to lose that game over there was so bitterly disappointing that when I was walking across to clap the fans, they were all giving me the V side and shouting me to go and get lost and all sorts. When we got to the airport, there was a lot of broken noses and there was blood everywhere. People were fighting with each other, and I thought, oh dear. But I went up in the face to fans, explained my decisions, and they all kind of accepted that, and they quieted them down a bit, and they just get drunk, as usual.
I was going to ask you, what was the most game that stuck out in the European campaign? Was that the one for the wrong reason?
It was that one, aye.
What for the other reason? What game do you say, well, we did well there, or that was a great experience?
Kaiserslautern,
because they were a good
2 1-on-1s. I know Durante was through. I think Wee Beggy was the other one that went through, and they never converted. And Kaiserslautern were going through a rough period at that time, and the fans were getting a bit restless. And if we could have scored one of those goals, who knows? But they had a good team. Djorkaeff was playing for them, a big striker. Martial played with Germany. They had a lot of talented football players, and sorry to see where they're struggling now, because I think a lot of Kilmarnock fans still keep in touch with these German guys, and they come back and forth. And that's what European football's all about, is making friendships, and that was a great experience.
Finally, Bobby, when you joined Killie in 1990, did you ever envisage the trip you were going on?
No, you never do, but it doesn't matter which club you go to, you're just there and you take it in your stride and try and do the best you can do. But no, it was great. I had a fantastic 12 years at Kilmarnock. The fans were tremendous most of the time. Of course, they were disgruntled at times, which is understandable. Bad results will bring that on. But we had more good results than bad results, and it was a great time to be part of Kilmarnock. The people that worked at the club, they were all together. There was a unitedness about us, and we were all fighting for each other and pulling in the same direction. And it was just a tremendous time to be around Killie.
And finally, a message for Killie fans, Bobby.
Get behind Stevie Clarke and his players. He's shown that he's capable, and the expectations will be high. I'm sure he'll manage them. If he gets a good squad together, hopefully he can get a bit of momentum going and keep the top half of the league rather than the bottom half, because that's where Killie deserve to be, I believe. And as I said, if the fans can get behind them, stay by them, and don't expect too much, because what they achieved last year was tremendous, and it's very difficult to maintain that year in, year out, because you will lose players to bigger clubs. they've all moved down south because they've got ambitions. But if the fans stick by them, I'm sure they'll deliver.
Bobby, it's great to see you looking well.
Thank you. Cheers, mate.